Good day, brothers and sisters. Good evening or good afternoon. Welcome to another reading of the Bible. So, yesterday we covered uh, Isaac and Sarah's death. Well, no, not Sarah's death. Isaac marries Rebecca. That's what we covered. And now, so Rebecca goes and asks for water, and then she asks for she offers to water the camels and stuff. And so, as it is said, that's who Isaac marries. So Rebecca and Isaac are married. The servant goes and gets Rebecca for Isaac. So yeah. Father, I thank you for another day of sharing the word, the gospel, the Bible, the truth, the way, and the life. I pray that others may take away knowledge that is beneficial to you, Lord, in all ways. And in Jesus' name we all pray. Amen. Okay, folks. We're going to cover chapter 25 and onward. Abraham's death. Now Abraham took another wife whose name was Keturah. She bore to him Zimran, Jokshan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Jokshan fathered Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Asherim and Letushim and Leumim. The sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldah. All of these were the sons of Keturah. Now Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac, but to the sons of his concubines Abraham gave gifts while he was still living, and sent them away from his son Isaac eastward to the land of the east. These are all the years of Abraham's life that he lived, 175 years. Abraham breathed his last and died in a good old age, an old man and satisfied with life, and he was gathered to his people. Then his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite, facing Mamre, the field which Abraham purchased. The sons of Heth. There Abraham was buried with his wife Sarah. It came about after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac lived by Beer Lahai Roy. So yeah, Abraham dies during his life. Abraham Abraham takes another wife and has more children. And then Abraham gives gifts to Isaac and to the sons of his concubines. And he's buried with Sarah after his death. And then God blesses his son Isaac and the descendants of Ishmael. Now these are the records of the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's slave woman, bore to Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names in the order of their birth. Nebaioth, the firstborn of Ishmael, Keter, Adbaal, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedema. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their villages and by their camps. 12 princes according to their tribes. These are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people. They settled from Havilah to Shur, which is east of Egypt, going toward Assyria. He settled in defiance of all his relatives. Oh, so he separated from his family. Yeah, so it's just a description of Ishmael's offspring and his eulogy or obituary. Now, this is why I saved this chapter for today, because chapter 25 reserves Isaac's sons. Now these are the records of the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham fathered Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean of Paddan Aram, the sister of Laban the Aramean, to be his wife. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was unable to have children, and the Lord answered him, and his wife conceived. Rebekah conceived. But the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it is so, why am I in this condition?" So she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said to her, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples will be separated from your body, and one people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." Yikes. When her days leading to the delivery were at an end, behold, there were twins in her womb. Now the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they named him Esau. And afterward his brother came out with his hand holding onto Esau's heel, so he was named Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she gave birth to them. When the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a civilized man, living in tents. Now Isaac loved Esau because he had a taste for game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. When Jacob had cooked a stew one day, Esau came in from the field, and he was exhausted. And Esau said to Jacob, "Please let me have a mouthful of that red stuff there, for I am exhausted." Therefore he was called Edom by name. But Jacob said, "First sell me your birthright." Esau said, "Look, I am about to die, so of what use then is the birthright to me?" Then Jacob said, "First swear to me." So he swore an oath to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank and got up and went on his way. So Esau despised his birthright. What in the world? Why would you ask somebody for your birthright? All right, so Isaac and Rebekah's children, Esau and Jacob, are born. And Esau is all red, which I think will represent sin. Maybe not. And it also says, two nations are in your womb, and two peoples will be separated from your body, and one people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. So Esau is going to serve Jacob as forecasted. Okay. Now, so chapter 25, Abraham dies, and it gives detail about Ishmael's life and Isaac's sons. Now, chapter 26, Isaac settles in Gerar. Now there was a famine in the land beside the previous famine that had occurred in the days of Abraham. So Isaac went to Gerar, to Abimelech, king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Stay in the land of which I shall tell you. Live for a time in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. For to you and to your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will establish the oath which I swore to Abraham, to your father Abraham. and will multiply your descendants as the stars of heaven, and will give your descendants all these lands, and by your descendants all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed me and fulfilled his duty to me, and kept my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So Isaac lived in Gerar. When the men of the place asked about his wife, he said, "She is my sister," for he was afraid to say, "my wife," thinking, "The men of the place might kill me on account of Rebekah, since she is beautiful." Now it came about when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, looked down a window and saw them, and behold, Isaac was caressing his wife Rebekah. Then Abimelech called Isaac and said, "Behold, she is certainly your wife. How is it that you said, 'She is my sister'?" And Isaac said to him, "Because I thought otherwise I might be killed on account of her." And Abimelech said, "What is this that you have done to us? One of the people might easily have slept with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." So Abimelech commanded all the people, saying, "He who touches this man or his wife will certainly be put to death." Now Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100 times as much. And the Lord blessed him, and the man became rich and continued to grow richer until he had became very wealthy, for he had possessions of flocks and herds and a great household, so that the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of his father Abraham, the Philistines stopped up by filling them with dirt. Then Abimelech said to Isaac, "Go away from us, for you are too powerful for us." So Isaac departed from there and camped in the valley of Gerar and settled there. Okay, so the Lord tells Isaac to go into Gerar with Abimelech. And just like his father Abraham, he is afraid that he will be killed on account of his wife. And he tells the same lie of Abraham. And again, Abimelech says, "I will not steal your wife. Nobody shall steal your wife." So, yeah. And then Isaac is told to go away from Abimelech. So he settles in the valley of Gerar. Argument over the wells. Then Isaac dug again the wells of water which had been dug in the days of his father Abraham, for the Philistines had stopped them up after the death of Abraham, and he gave them the same names which his father had given them. But when Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found there a well of flowing water, the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with the herdsmen of Isaac, saying, "The water is ours." So he named the well Esek, because they argued with him. Then they dug another well, and they quarreled over it too, so he named it Sitnah. And he moved away from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over it. So he named it Rehoboth, for he said, "At last the Lord has made room for us, and we will be fruitful in the land." And he went up from there to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared to him the same night and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not fear, for I am with you. I will bless you and multiply your descendants for the sake of my servant Abraham." So he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants dug a well. Okay, so now, just like Abraham, they argue over the wells. And so he's digging wells, and then the people there in Gerar try to prevent him from accessing the wells. And yeah. Do you see this? And yeah, that's what's going on. Covenant with Abimelech. Then Abimelech came to him from Gerar with his advisor Ahuzath and Phicol, the commander of his army. Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me, since you hate me and have sent me away from you?" They said, "We have seen plainly that the Lord has been with you." So we said, "An oath must be taken by us, that is, by you and us. So let us make a covenant with you that you will do us no harm, just as we have not touched you and have done to you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord." Then he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. In the morning they got up early and exchanged oaths. Then Isaac sent them away, and they left them in peace. Now it came about on the same day that Isaac's servants came in and told them about the well which they had dug, and said to him, "We have found water." So he called it Sheba, or Sheva. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. When Esau was 40 years old, he married Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and they brought grief to Isaac and Rebekah. Ooh, okay. Now Abimelech marries. Abimelech sees that the Lord is with Isaac, and when he sees this, he decides to resolve with Isaac to not quarrel over stuff. And then they party, and then they say their goodbyes and stuff. So now Isaac and Abimelech and the people of Gerar are in good terms, which proves that the Lord is always with Isaac. And yeah. And then Esau gets married to somebody outside of whom the Lord approves, and they're gonna take Rebecca's gonna take revenge on Esau, I think. For marrying a Hittite. Okay, chapter 27, Jacob's deception. Now it came about when Isaac was old and his eyes were too dim to see, that he called his older son Esau and said to him, "My son." And he said to him, "Here I am." Then Isaac said, "Behold, now I am old and I do not know the day of my death. Now, then, please take your gear, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me, and prepare a delicious meal for me as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, so that my soul may bless you before I die." Now Rebekah was listening to while Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went to the field to hunt game to bring home, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "Behold, I have heard your father speak to your brother Esau, saying, 'Bring me some game and prepare a delicious meal for me, so that I may eat and bless you in the presence of the Lord before my death.' So now, my son, listen to me as I command you. Go now to the flock and bring me 2 choice young goats from there, that I may prepare them as a delicious meal for your father, such as he loves. Then you shall bring it to your father, that he may eat, so that he may bless you before his death." But Jacob said to his mother Rebekah, "Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will touch me, then I will be like a deceiver in his sight, and I will bring upon myself a curse and not a blessing." But his mother said to him, "Your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice and go, get the goats for me." So he went and got them, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made a delicious meal, such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took the best garments of her elder son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on her younger son Jacob. And she put the skins of the young goats on his hands and on the smooth part of his neck. She also gave the delicious meal and the bread which she had made to her son Jacob. Then he came to his father and said, "My father." And he said, "Here I am." "Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Come now, sit and eat my game, so that you may bless me." Isaac said to his son, "How is it that you have it so quickly, my son?" And he said, "Because the Lord your God made it come to me." Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Please come close so that I may feel you, my son, whether you are really my son Esau or not." So Jacob came close to his father Isaac, and he touched him and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau." And he did not recognize him, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, "Are you really my son Esau?" And he said, "I am." So he said, "Bring it to me, and I will eat of my son's game, so that I may bless you." And he brought it to him, and he ate. He also brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Please come close and kiss me, my son." So he came close and kissed him. And when he smelled the smell of his garments, he blessed him and said, "See, the smell of my son is like the smell of a field which the Lord had blessed. Now may God give you the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, and an abundance of grain and new wine. May people serve you and nations bow down to you. Be master of your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. And cursed be those who curse you, and blessed be those who bless you." And I'll go ahead and read the other chapter. Section. The stolen blessing. Now it came about, as soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had hardly gone out from the presence of his father Isaac, that his brother Esau came in from his hunting. Then he also made a delicious meal and brought it to his father, and he said to his father, "Let my father arise and eat of his son's game, that you may bless me." His father Isaac said to him, "Who are you?" And he said, "I am your son, your firstborn Esau." Then Isaac trembled violently and said, "Who then was he who hunted game and brought it to me, so that I ate from all of it before you came and blessed him? Yes, and he shall be blessed." When Esau heard the words of his father, he cried out with an exceedingly great and bitter cry, and said to his father, "Bless me as well, my father." And he said, "Your brother came deceitfully and has taken away your blessing." Then Esau said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he was betrayed. He has betrayed me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing." He said, "Have you not reserved a blessing for me?" But Isaac replied to Esau, "Behold, I have made him your master, and I have given him to him all his relatives and servants, and with grain and new wine I have sustained him. What then can I do for you, my son?" Esau said to his father, "Do you have only one blessing, my father? Bless me as well, my father." So Esau raised his voice and wept. Then his father Isaac answered and said to him, "Behold, away from the fertility of the earth shall be your blessing, your dwelling, and away from the dew of heaven from above. And by your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. But it shall come about when you become restless, that you will break his yoke from your neck." So Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing which his father had blessed him. And Esau said to himself, "The days of mourning for my father are near. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." Now, when the words of his elder son Esau were reported to Rebekah, she sent word and called her younger son Jacob and said to him, "Behold, your brother Esau is consoling himself concerning you by planning to kill you. Now then, my son, obey my voice, and arise, flee to Haran, to my brother Laban. Stay with him a few days until your brother's fury subsides, until your brother's anger against you subsides and he forgets what you did to him. Then I will send word and get you from there. Why should I lose you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am tired of living because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife from the daughters of Heth, like these from the daughters of the land, what good will my life to be? The word of the Lord. Praise be to God. Yeah, so in short, Rebekah, Jacob, and Esau's mother calls up Jacob to take away Esau's blessing, and because of that, Esau is all upset at Jacob for that, and now because he wants to kill him now, Jacob is sent away to Haran to be safe. So let's pray. Father, thank you for this blessing. Thank you for all your blessings, Lord. And I pray that you may bless those who are in need of your greatest mercy and who have not discovered you, Lord. I pray for those people that you may bless them and adore them and love them. In Jesus' holy name, amen. All right. Go in peace and seek the love of the Lord.